Hello and welcome, Earth Science Lab. We're going to talk about walking through Earth Science Lab 1, and I'm just going to help you navigate around. So I'm going to share screen, and here we go. Getting the shared screen up. Here we are. Boom. All right. So when you open up, you're going to see your announcements. Make sure you've opened up your Blackboard. I'm going to go down to Labs, and I'm going to open Minerals 1. I am helping you get started for your Minerals 1 lab by just adding some links. This is the mineral identification key link. This will make your life a little easier. And this is the unknown samples link, which will also make your life a little easier as opposed to having to navigate back and forth and back and forth. So opening up the attachments for the submissions for Lab 1. So I'm just going to open up these two attached files right here. And when I click it, one of them is the actual form that I'm going to fill in with the random samples. So you can see the random samples. You're going to open up these minerals and look at their different features. The features that you will be investigating for this lab is the luster of a mineral, the hardness of the mineral, the streak color of the mineral color to the naked eye, so just what color does it appear, whether it reacts to hydrochloric acid, so does it effervesce, yes or no, so is it fizzy, and then whether when broken, if it has cleavage or fracture. Now, you already did your pre-lab, so you are familiar with these terms, but to get even more familiar, the first thing that we want you to do is just kind of watch these videos to take a look at how each one of these minerals will be presented in the digital format. And so this first part of the lab asks you to navigate to this website and navigate to the basic information on luster, hardness, streak color, mineral color, hydrochloric acid reaction, and cleavage versus fracture. So which one does it do? So working with that, we're going to continue looking at these different things. So let's open up this link. And you can click the link if it's live. If not, copy paste, please. Let me go to open. Yay. And also on this, and this is why we said that way you don't have to flick back and forth, it's going to tell you what to go do. And the first thing it tells you to do is to scroll down to the bottom of the page, and you're going to start looking at observable properties of each one of these things. So we're going to go into testing minerals, and I can see one of the observable properties is luster. So I'm going to look at luster, and it gives you a little information about luster. And one of the things we talked about with luster is just a basic identification. I'm going to try to hold up some rocks. So whether it is metallic, like this hematite right here, or non-metallic, like this fluorite right here. So whether it's metallic or non-metallic, and then if it is non-metallic, it can appear glassy or opal if it's non-metallic and it's got a little opal sheen to it. Or does it appear, let's find something that is non-metallic and sort of dull. Does it appear sort of dull in its appearance? So just basic characteristics of one, is it metallic or non-metallic? And if it is non-metallic, you can give it a little bit more information just to help you identify the mineral. So this just goes about showing you different lusters. What I'm expecting on that form that you're going to fill out is just the basics, metallic, non-metallic. If you want, and it's non-metallic, you can give me another property of it. So you're just kind of scrolling down, and you can click this video and watch it. So that's step one. You can click that video and watch it. Now, if I go back to testing minerals, well, really quickly, I can go back and reference here, and I can see that the next thing I'm going to watch is about Mohs hardness scale. So going back into here, I don't need to go crazy. I can just go to testing minerals, Mohs hardness, and I can scroll down and watch the quick video about Mohs hardness scale. For the sake of this scale, what you are really trying to identify is whether the softness of the mineral is so soft that you can cut it with your fingernail. So is it so soft that I can take my fingernail and scratch into the mineral an actual line? So that's really soft. And in that case, I would write down that it is softer than 2.5, or on this form, it says 2.2. The next piece is you're going to watch with your sample whether it can cut glass. If it can cut glass, it would be harder than 5.5. And if it cannot cut glass, it would be softer than 5.5. So all we're looking for in this part is just whether it is softer than a fingernail or harder than a fingernail, and whether it is harder than glass or softer than glass. So you just have to give me a greater than or less than some range for your hardness. Streak color, once again, within the samples, you're going to see a little bit of streak. So I can go right up here to mineral testing on the properties page, go right into mineral. I'm going to look at streak. I can scroll down to the mineral color video, and you can just see this is streak plate, and watch a little bit about streak. And when you click on that video, it's just going to show you a quick thing where you'll see the person use a streak plate and what we mean by a streak plate. Navigating again, mineral color. You can kind of skip this one, let's be honest. It's to the naked eye, what color does it appear? And it's not a very accurate way. Another skill that might come up is reaction to acid. Once again, you can go down and you can watch them add some hydrochloric acid to a mineral, and you'll watch it fizz, so you can watch that reaction. And finally, whether it has cleavage or fracture. So going back in, I can come down here, cleavage, which means that it breaks on a plane, which could be a flat sheet plane or a cubic plane. And it's just going to show you minerals with cleavage. So this is, once again, a very quick video that you can watch, and then you'll see a little bit about the cleavage. And then this is an example. So this is a mica, and it breaks on a very specific flat sheet. This is a sheety cleavage, a flat sheet plane. And so this little plane here, I've got now a really thin sheet. So this actual lab. So right here in the lab, it says, now you're ready for mineral identification. The first thing you need to do is open up a key, something to help you once you've identified and filled in all the information on your table. So on your mineral table, once you've filled in all the information from your unknown sample on that mineral table. So once you've filled in all this information about your mineral, right, and you want to guess its name, you need a key to do that. And so one of the things that I did to help you find this so that you don't have to jump back and forth is you can just click this link right here, mineral identification key. You click it, it's going to open up this mineral bank page. So this is a mineral bank page, and you can just load the mineral bank by going down to pop out digital mineral bank. You click that, and it'll open up your ID page. This has all the different types of minerals that your samples could potentially be. And to help you out, you can obviously sort. You can sort and search your different mineral properties. So for example, the mineral that I might have might be metallic, non-metallic. I might want to organize my key to see which ones are metallic or non-metallic, and I can set that up by choosing to, sort my sheet. So I can sort my sheet, and it's going to move everybody who's metallic into one grouping, so I can see every mineral that might be metallic, and everybody who's non-metallic into another grouping, and that helps me sort out a little bit what I could be looking at, right? So now that I've done that, I can also move on to my next skill. So now I've got my choice of what could be the metallics, and then I can take the hardness that I found in my mineral sample, the streak color that I found, what color does it look like, right? We're not doing magnetic, so you can skip that. You can skip reaction. This is important, so you are doing this one, and just general properties to help you ID them. So you can basically use this to deduce which mineral you have. So make sure you open up your key so that you can figure out which mineral, which brings us to the next step, continuing on. So going back to our sheet, now we're going to identify the minerals. So you're going to answer these questions. To do that, you're going to have your mineral table, which is my next little tab, which is under the little thing. Whoop. Sorry about this, guys. It's hidden under my little scroller is my mineral table, so I can't click it without making the page confused here. I apologize. There's like a scroll bar. I don't know if you guys can see it from where it's recording. So here you can see I'm going to open up sample A14. Now, once again, to make your lives easy, I know on the information page it explains how to get there, but I made your lives very easy and I just added that link right here. So you can just click open here's the unknown samples. I'm going to scroll to A14, open up mineral A14, and then I have different resources about A14. So I'm going to do my different properties, and I basically can see how it fractures, right? I can see a luster test, so they're going to move it back forward, so I can determine whether it's metallic or non-metallic, and then any little additional information, whether it's glassy or not, so on and so forth. Down here is the hardness scale test, so they're going to scratch a glass plate, and you're going to see whether or not it cuts the glass plate, so you can tell me whether it is harder than the glass plate at Mohs hardness scale of 5.5 or softer, so less than the Mohs hardness scale of 5.5. Down here is the streak test. So once again, they're going to streak the mineral. You're going to watch a little video to streak the mineral. There is no magnetism test. You don't need that. The hydrochloric acid test. So you're going to watch this and see if it fizzes. And finally, down here is how it breaks, whether it has fracture or cleavage. You're going to tell me which one it has. So once you've filled in all these bits of information about this mineral, I then will go to the table that you popped out for yourself, and I would search, since we already know it's non-metallic, I would search through my non-metallics. Depending on what the video showed on its hardness, I would then deduce which ones it could be based on the hardness on my table, and keep moving on down. Did it streak? What color? And basically negate different ones until I get down to the last factual bit of information. So that covers pretty much everything for this part of the lab. You're going to move through every single one of the different samples here, putting down the information. Please check with your fellow students and ask, like, what did you get? What are you finding? How soft do you think it was? What color streak did you think that sample was? And refer to them by sample name. You can say, like, A20 kind of looked red when it streaked. Was it red for anybody else? These are examples of how you should be conversing. Which brings us to the second part of your lab, is part 2 for minerals. We can open up our document for part 2, and you're welcome to edit right into your document, so you can download it and edit directly into your document. And you will notice as you're editing into your document that there is a table at the back that you will reference for this first question. And the thing I love about this part 2 is it's just a set of thought experiments. So there's really no preparatory information that you need. I mean, you need a table to answer said questions, but there's no preparation or preset knowledge that you need. They're thinking questions or scientific experiments where you will be coming to conclusive evidence based on the information and talking about good conclusions versus bad conclusions for science. So part 2 is pretty self-explanatory. With that said, I will be available to you this entire time. I'm going to stop sharing and pop back on. Hi. Good luck. I'll be here. You can either hit chat or unmute and just talk to me.